cage. You're pushing that rib cage, gliding it side to side. Your focus is to keep those hips nice and still. So we're just isolating that upper body. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're going to take it forward and back, so I'll show you from the side. Hips stay still. You're going to push your rib cage forward and tuck it back. So forward and back. Big breath in, and then exhale as you collapse. This is where I feel it all, right in my shoulder blades, that upper back. Woo. 3 more. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. 1 more. Breathe in and out. Okay, we're going to try to connect all of this. So we're going to make a nice circle. So we're going to push our ribcage out in front. Then from here, we're going to go right to the side. Then we're going to go behind and to the side again. So we're making kind of like a diamond, forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. And once you have that rhythm, try to smooth out the edges. So now you're creating more of a circle than a sharp diamond. Let's go the other direction. So let's start with making it nice and edgy. Finding those patterns. Forward. And let's start to smooth it out. Work as far as you can. 1, 2, 1 more. 3, perfect, back to center. So by showing yourself the ranges that you have available to you, you'll know where the safe place is for yourself. So we have now introduced your mind and your body to your full ranges. So the midpoint between those ranges is usually that sweet spot of where we need to find to stabilize ourselves. So for instance, my rib cage is all the way out here and I'm trying to lift a weight. There's not a lot of support underneath that weight, and vice versa. If I'm kind of pushing forward and leaning forward and I have a weight in my hand, right, there's not a whole lot of support, but between the two ranges, in that middle sweet spot, you'll find it's a lot easier to lift that weight because your joints are stacking up on top of one another as opposed to having to try to muscle it. So if you have to hold that kettlebell there with all of your might, just because you're not stacked appropriately, you'll exhaust yourself a lot quicker and you're not going to get the full benefit of being able to finish like a complex. Right? So that's the reason that we're doing all these different movements and trying to find our range so we know where to put our body to make it easiest for us. So with that being said, let's go and do that with our hips. So we're going to go back. So now your hip bones are facing the floor. You're going to tilt them up so they're trying to face the ceiling. Back. And under. Good. Keeping that rib cage nice and still as well. Awesome. When you're back here, you're going to feel a little bit of tension in that low back. You're going to tuck under. As far as you can, try to squeeze that under bum. Do a little bit more of a tilt and a tuck. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So now again, same thing with those extremes. We want to find the middle between the two. Now you're nice and solid. Okay, so bring your feet about hip width apart, toes forward. We're going to get our hips to go up side to side. So I'm using my feet to pedal into the ground. So as I push my toes into the floor, it's gonna lift one side of my hips, but I don't want to compensate and lean out either. So I want this work through the side of my body. There we go. Breaking down the barriers here. Step one to twerking. Good, we're gonna do one more each side. Perfect, awesome. So again, now you kind of know that center. Remember that little mom stand here. You get really tired, your back hurts, and you let your kid down. Now we can try to stay stacked and see if we can hold them actually on our hip bones. So that's a little trick for you. Okay. Shoulders. Let's go with one arm, take our right arm, we're gonna reach forward, palms up towards the ceiling. And you are going to reach that shoulder as far forward as you can, and then up towards your ear. No movement through that torso, so I don't want any rotation through your torso, just through that shoulder joint. So you're just gonna go back as far as you can. Once you're up, lift the shoulder, start to rotate the palm down towards the floor. That's it, and then down towards the ground. Breathe in and out. Nice. One more. Good, let's take it back behind us once you finish this one out. No rush ever, no need to rush. So now we're going to externally rotate and reach behind us, and then bring it up and push the air down in front. For 3, rotate, bring it up, 2, keeping that chest and that rib cage still, and 1, fantastic. Let's go other side. Grabbing the air, reaching, and up. Like you're trying to draw the biggest circle around you, you're creating your bubble. Create your bubble. Breathe in. And out. One more this direction, breathe in. When you get to the top, when you are going to open up, see if you can take that arm that's behind, and then rotate it down towards the ground. Good. Take it back. And up. 1. 2. One more. 3. Good. Shake it off. So we're going to use the floor to do the rest of our warm-up. Watch me here quickly, okay? So I'm going to get you to lay onto your stomach, and you'll have your forehead on the ground. So I'm going to make sure that you can see my arms when I'm down here. Okay, so my thumbs, can you see my thumbs right now? Okay, perfect. So my thumbs are going to face the ceiling. If you need a reminder, you can go thumbs up, or you can open up your palms. From here, forehead down. And now I want you to lift up towards the ceiling. Lift. And back down. So we want to go as high as we can using those shoulder blades. So don't think about the hands themselves lifting up. Think about right between those shoulders and the back of your body, squeezing, and then relaxing. Okay, so let's lay back on the ground. Put your hands up overhead. Awesome, perfect. So forehead on the floor, hands overhead, When you squeeze your bum and do one of those hip tucks underneath. And now lift and hold and down. 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 One more. Lift and hold and down. Good. Come to a kneeling position. Beautiful. So you'll join me just kneeling here. Hands up overhead. So same idea. Now you're going to think about that floor kind of right in front of you. So that rib cage cannot move. Your hips cannot move. Arms up overhead. Then I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. And you'll notice how my ear is a little bit more visible now. And then you're going to relax. So your hands just come slightly out in front of you. Shoulder blades tighten. Nice straight line all the way down, and then relax. That's it. Tighten. So wrists over shoulders, over ribs, over hips, and relax. Two more. Shoulder blades. Really get those elbows locked out as well. One more. Tighten. And relax. Good. Shake it off. So we're going to repeat that down on the floor. So coming on down. Hands up overhead. Thumbs towards the ceiling. No movement through your hips or your rib cage. Forehead down. And lift. One and down. Two and down. Three and down. Four and down. One more. Five and down. To a kneeling position. We're going to do 5 more here. Hands overhead. Watch that your rib cage is nice and tucked in, and it's just through those shoulders. 1, 2, little bit, 3, keep those elbows locked out, 4, and last one, 5, good. Shake that. Fabulous, okay. We have 3 presses to go over. So we have your basic strict press, which is for building strength. So there's no momentum used for the strict press. It's strictly upper body. Then we have a push press. So the push press is used for more of an endurance purpose because you get the use of your legs. So you get a little bit of a pop, a little bit of a force to get that bell up overhead. So if you're trying to increase bell weight, or you want to lift heavier up overhead, a push press is a really good one to train with because you get to use a heavier weight that you couldn't necessarily just push up with your arms on its own. And then there's a jerk. So the jerk is a more of an explosive movement, again used for endurance purposes, and it uses the legs. It is an upgrade from the push press because you can lift even heavier using this one. Once we break them down, you'll know the one difference between the push press and the jerk. And it's that one that kind of plays a little bit of a mind game. So it's one that we're going to need to practice over the next 6 weeks for sure. So don't get frustrated today. If you get it, awesome. I did not for the first bit of my life with kettlebells. So don't feel left behind by any means. This is good that we're breaking it all down. So let's pick up our bells and we'll break it all down together so you can kind of get a sense before we get to our complex. Okay, so I would like you to clean up the right side. So it's bringing it right to rack position. Okay, so the most important thing for presses is that your torso is in a nice neutral position, nice and strong, nice and stacked. So we are bringing that rib cage in, hips are neutral, and you're feeling pretty still and pretty confident. Like you should be able to hold this weight for a good amount of time. Now what I want you to do is just kind of arch and go back and just kind of see how that feels. Right? You're like, okay, this is exhausting, this hurts a lot. Kind of go the other way. Don't tuck. Just feeling like, okay, knowing where we're at. So let's do some strict pressing. So what I want you to do is use your feet. Okay, you're going to grip the ground with your toes. When you squeeze your glutes, push straight up overhead. Hold it. Once we are up overhead, we still want this neutral stack. We don't want that rib cage tilting. Okay, so it is strictly coming from that shoulder blade. Some mobility issues might be brought into light with us here. Bring it back down. Okay, let's go again. Let's push it up. So now we've talked about that rib cage. Where should that bell be when it's overhead? That bell, the bottom of the bell, should be directly at the top of our shoulder. So if you're feeling like the bell's kind of pulling you back or there's a pinch in your shoulder, the weight is probably too far. So you kind of hold it slightly in front so that weight feels almost effortless. So I just want you to kind of hang it behind you for a little, just so you can notice the difference, and then bring it in. Take it back, bring it in. I want you to do that 3 more times. Take it back, and you're like, oh, that's not a good spot. And bring it in. 2. There you go. And 1 more. 1. Nice. When you're done that, bring it down. Okay. So that was super exhausting. Let's switch hands. Wow. Okay. Bringing it up. Oh, I'm on the other side. Are you guys on the other side? Yes, you are. Perfect. Okay. Grip the floor with your feet. Lots of tension on the ground. We're going to push straight up. So that's like the only usage of our legs that we get. Do we feel pretty good on this side? Good. And with the shoulders themselves, let's bring it back down. 1 more going overhead. Now you're going to find that bell placement. So now I want 5. We kind of let it hang back a bit, then pull it forward. You'll definitely notice that difference of ease. There's 3, 4. Don't let it go too far. It's just so you can note the proper placement and bring it down. Good, set it down. Shake off. Okay, we have 1 more setup, and then we'll kind of break down the difference, and we'll begin. So other side, beginning side. We're gonna strict press it up. We're gonna do some single shoulder shrugs. So the arm with the weight, shoulder up towards your ear, and then drawing it down. 1, all the way up. 2, 3, 2 more. 4, and 5. So that neutral position in between those 2 extremes is your safest, most strongest controlled point. Down, and let's switch. Overhead. And again, shoulder rising up and drawing down. And breathing in as it goes up. And I'm letting the weight or the exhale go as it comes down. 4. You're feeling wobbly. That's all right. So am I. 5. And then neutral in between the two. Down and release. Okay. Oh, my upper back. Oh, goodness. This is gonna be brutal. Okay. So, strict press, we just did it. You know how that goes. Push press, we've also done it before. It's the use of the knees. So let me give you a quick little chat about the push press and the jerk. So the push press, our knees bend slightly. As we straighten our knees, our arm locks out overhead as well. So when we're coming down, and if we want to continue push pressing as it comes down, we would absorb and pop it up again. Okay, so you would absorb, slight knee bend, and push again. Note my hips go straight down and up. Okay, so I'm not sitting and pushing. It's literally just a little bit of a release through the knee joint and to pop up. Okay, so can I kind of just see you guys hold that bell? And all I want to see, I don't even care about overhead right now. I just want to see you holding and wrap and just bending those knees and straightening them. So all you're going to do is just bend and straight, keeping the bell in rack position. And straight. Down and up. Knees and up. Knee and up. 2 more. Knee and up. 1 more. Knee and up. Good. Switch. Just go knee up, knee up. Again, this should feel semi-easy, right? Like there's nothing really happening in that torso. Perfect. Okay. Set that down. The last one is your jerk. So the only difference is we add another dip or another knee bend. Okay, so push press has 2. You go 1 and 2. Jerk has 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's in the middle now. Okay, let me go slow. Down. My legs straighten, but my arm does not. I get under the bell. Now we're going into a little bit of a half squat to stand up. And then you absorb it. Why, do you ask? Because I want momentum to get the heaviest weight halfway up overhead. And then my elbow locks out because I go under the weight. So, knee, up, under, and stand. Let's try this again. Knee, up, under, and stand. Perfect. Okay, those are your differences. Let's put them to work. The more that we repeat them, the easier it's gonna be over time. So, grab your water. Brittany, where'd you go? Our number is 5. I really like 5. So we're gonna do, shenanigans. Was that going the whole time? All right, that's fine. Okay. Sure, I have another video going right here. So many screens. Okay. 5, strict press. 5, push press. 5, jerks right into the other side, and then we get a minute rest. Or a 30-second rest, most likely. Okay, we ready? Let's begin. Clean. Okay, 5. And down. 4. And down. 3. Down. 2, down, 1 more. 5. Oh, that's right. Okay, ready to push press. Knee up and absorb right into it. 2, 3. Keep those hips steady. 4, 5. Okay, you ready for the jerk? Load, up under, stand, and load. This time we always have to come back to a standing after that load. I guess 2 differences. Okay. Yes. I find this one really fun to do. That's it. I think that's 5. I'm gonna go 1 more, 1 and down. That's it. Right into that other side. Let's stretch press. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Whew. Okay. We're going to push press, knees and elbows straight at the same time. Push, press, absorb and right into it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, starting in rack position. Elbow is always tucked in because we want that joint underneath the weight. So dip, up under, stand and absorb. Good. Dip up under, stand and absorb. Lots of knees here. Dip up under, absorb. 2 more. Dip up under, stand and absorb. 1 more. Dip up under, stand and absorb. Okay, good stuff. Yeah. We're gonna feel that tomorrow. We're not done. Alrighty. Okay. That looked really good. That looked really good. But then catching the weight underneath of you. So that's what it's called. When we go into that second dip where we go under the weight, it's called that catch. So it's like we put it up into the air, but then we catch it underneath. Okay, so now try to feel that out and stop that brain from going too fast. Are we ready? First side. Okay, so to make sure that our holds on that bell, we have this bottom handle attachment to our wrist and this 45-degree angle. So if we don't have this touching, we kind of lose some of that control. Just kind of guide your wrist in there so you have attachment, and then you're holding it right into this nugget here. Perfect. Okay. 5 up overhead. Grip that ground. Let's go. 1. Yes. 2. 3. Nice job. 4. Good. Come on, you can do it. 1 more. Come on. Ugh. Yes, let's get ready to string together our push presses. Down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Whenever you guys are ready, finish out your reps. I'm here for you. That's it. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. It's going to go up. Next side. Okay. Lots of tension. 5 strict. Ooh. All right, ready to push press? Here we go, string it all together. Down and up, 1. 5, buddy. Okay, here we go. Jerks, down, up, under. Okay, good. Down, up, under. Think about bumping it off your chest. Bump. Bump. When in doubt, 1 more rep. Good stuff. Good stuff. 30 seconds here. Nicely done. If you have any comments, let us know. You definitely feel that fatigue setting in. Okay. So we're not going to take as much of a rest as we're used to. So you really want to fire up these shoulders. So we're all ready. We're going to start back to that first side again. Good. Watching how you're holding that bell. Whew, here we go. 1. If you feel on this round that you need a push press, and if you are just full on not working that position, go to push press, absolutely. That is what that exercise is here for. And we're doing the 3 different kinds so you can understand which one you can go to use. That's it. I think that's my 5th strict. 4. Okay. We're going to dip under and absorb it. Oh, good. Get that bell over the shoulder line. Ooh. That's it. Woo. Come on, Maggie, you got it. Yeah, girl. Way to go. Next side, guys. Whew. Got good connection. 5 strict if it's available to you. One more. And down, okay. String these together. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, get ready to jerk. Keep those hips in line. Down, up, under. So as soon as that bell leaves your chest, you should be trying to get underneath that weight. So it leaves and you go down. Nicely done. When in doubt, one more. Way to go. Send that down. Awesome. Grab a quick little drink. Okay. So that was a nice quick one. We're going to end on the floor for our wrist stretches. If you come on down, belt to the side. Awesome. So when we work with kettlebells, or really like workouts, training in general, I'm just going to talk about our kettlebells because that's the class we're in today. There are so much to learn, as you can tell. Like 3 different types of presses, 3 different kinds of movements. Oh my God, there's a knee underneath that knee. Anyways, there's so much complexity to these movements that training sessions like this, I feel like that was quite a manageable workout for us to do. And all of these little tips and tricks are going to build up over time. So now we can add, I'm trying to get to, like, then everything will feel a lot more like ease. Like, we really need to step into these. Even myself, like I am 6 or 7 years training with kettlebells, and I this year am just starting to really feel dialed in and focused, just by paying more attention to the differences of movements, how to apply the strength movement into an endurance exercise like the strict press and the push press, and using them to my advantage. So by doing training sessions like this, where yes, I might talk to you for a majority of it, but once that absorbs and your mindset is understanding the purpose of what we're doing, that's also what I'm after in these programs, is that you're understanding how to move, when to move, and the proper purpose of said exercise. So I hope that you can kind of note that on your own and throughout the weeks as we're going, like how you feel confidence-wise during certain training sessions as we continue on. So I think that I'm done with my little rant there, because I'm just going to keep rambling. I can ramble for the rest of the night. But we'll go into our wrists, and we're going to go palms open onto the floor. Okay, so palms are open, fingers are spread apart. We're going to shift over to our pinkies, and then bring our shoulders over top into the other pinky. So back and forth, just keep going there. Okay, perfect. So our hands are nice and wide, fingers are spread apart. We're making little semicircles over top of our fingertips, drawing these with our shoulders. When you feel that extra stretch throughout the wrist joint, you're going to breathe out. Really try to maintain straight shoulders, straight elbows. Nah. See, I got on a rant and now I'm just like throwing down any word that comes across my mind. Okay, we're going to stop through center. What I'd like you to do is now sit back onto your heels. You're going to take a big breath. Big breath out as you lean straight forward and push your fingertips into the floor to sit you back again. I'll show you from the side. It's kind of hard, but okay, so you're going to lean forward and then push your fingertips to push your body back. Breathe in and out. Awesome. Maintaining straight elbow. So you're only going to the range that's available to you with those straight elbows, because we want to continue working on positions that are going to work for us. So like an overhead, we need that straight elbow, so we're not muscling it. So here is when we're going to take care of that. So now, let's flip the back of our hand. Ooh, that transition sometimes is the worst. Yeah, it's not always the exercise itself, it's coming in and out of it. Same idea, you're going to sit back and forward. So you'll feel the stretch now as you sit back and forward. One more. And down. Good. Oh, little transition. Shake that out. Awesome. Ooh, shaky, shaky. Okay. Chest, we're going to lay on our stomach and go into that. My goodness, see? I want to say crab. It's not a crab. Scorpion. We're going to change it up again, get more chest. So if our left hand is out to the side, you're going to bend that elbow. Okay, so that elbow is directly beside my shoulder. I'm going to move it as far away as I can. Now I'm going opposite leg up and over, and you will not be able to go as far as you're used to. You'll feel that stretch right in front of your chest and in front of that shoulder. So there's 3 breaths. And 3. It's a lot more intense than keeping a straight arm. And come on out. Other side. And you're going to bend at that elbow. Opposite leg up and over. 3 breaths. Good, coming back to center. And each time that I'm exhaling, I'm rocking into the stretch. So I'm applying a bit more of a stretch as I exhale. And I'm coming out of that stretch to breathe in. Just kind of rocking in and out. One more. Fabulous. Other side, last time. And back to center and sit back in a child's pose. Okay, I have to finish my little rant for a second because I have a little tidbit that I forgot because I passed. I passed it too much and I said too much. So workouts like we just did tonight, detailed, informational, right? Educational, all of these little things. They are just as good as the workouts that kick your ass. Okay, so the workouts that kick your ass and you cannot walk for 2 days and you are like dying to even speak a word during the workout, those are great to get in throughout your week and throughout your life for sure. But the problem is if we continue to always work to that extreme, we're gonna burn out, right? We're gonna burn out our systems because that is still stress being added to our body, and our body craves to be cared for. By wearing it down to the point of pure exhaustion and soreness is not the way to go, right? So workouts like this that make your mind work, that connect your mind and muscle, and that give you proper positions to then lift more, move better, right? Then it gives us more opportunity to do the really cool things and to feel really good. So I just wanted to thank you for taking the time today to work on the detail work that a lot of people don't take enough time for, because they're like, oh, yeah, I got a little sweat, I started, but wasn't very good. No, you showed up today. Okay, you showed up, you did the work that's going to help you. in the long run, because we're in it for the long run. 6 weeks, 12 weeks, like they're great, but the more that you do that and the more it adds up over the long haul, the better it's going to be, right? So we want to feel good for life. We want to add longevity, joint preparation, all this little detail work, just as good as those ass-kicking workouts. Okay, so keep that in mind whenever you feel like, kind of slack today, or I wish it was harder. No, okay, it all works together. Cool. Now I feel good, and I feel like I can end off the night. Thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up. And that was so much fun. Mwah. Have a good night.